Alright, what up guys? Today we're playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance, and today we're going to be discussing one of the most powerful training methods in the entire game for various skills actually, as well as a half-decent moneymaker for the start of the game, and that of course is sheep. Now, sheep in Kingdom Come Deliverance are extremely overpowered. For starters, from what I understand, in this game, an animal is an animal. All animals are pretty much the same, it seems. I don't know if there are any differences experience-wise, but it seems like all animals give the same experience for combat skills, for hunting, for whatever. So it doesn't matter if you're fighting a deer or a boar, like an actual hunting animal in the wilderness, or if you're fighting like a cow or a pig or a sheep. They're all essentially the same. They give you the same amount of hunting experience, same amount of strength experience, weapon experience, whatever. With the biggest caveat here being the fact that, well, sheep travel in herds. And not only do they travel in herds, they are an extremely predictable animal. They're so predictable, a dog can herd them, so surely a player can herd them as well, right? So yeah, the nice thing about sheep is that they all stick together in a group, and they're very easy to manipulate to wherever you want them in the game. For starters, let's say you're training hunting. You don't have to go into the wilderness and find individual deer to fight. All you have to do is find a herd of sheep here, and you get 1, 2, 3, somewhere between 10 and 12 sheep. So instead of having to go find 12 separate deer to go hunt, or 12 separate boar to go hunt, you can just find an entire herd of sheep and kill all 12 of them. Now obviously this doesn't only raise your hunting skill, this will raise your strength or your agility, depending on what kind of weapon you have. It'll raise your vitality, and of course your hunting level, and then any weapon skill you're using to fight them with, that'll raise as well. So this ends up being one of the best ways in the entire game to raise your archery, is you just find herds of sheep, you equip some arrows, and you let her rip. I'm not sure how much experience we're going to get doing this, but still pretty low level, so it should be pretty decent. But yeah, bows are going to be the easiest because you really don't even have to worry about them running away. But yeah, you can just sit here and kill the sheep. And this isn't even the only place you can do this. Generally speaking, anywhere that there's sheep, there's usually not a whole lot of people, so they actually tend to be really easy to get away with killing. And this isn't the only example. I will show you guys a more meaningful example here in a second, but like in Skalitz in particular, there's nobody over here. There's one guy that hangs out at this building, and there's some people working in this field over here. So as long as you don't let the sheep end up like right here or about right here while you're killing them, you're pretty much in the clear. Like, you'll never get in trouble for killing these sheep. But yeah, obviously killing them with the bow, it's going to give me hunting experience, it's going to give me bow experience, and it's going to give me agility experience. I can't quite remember if you get vitality experience from this as well, but you definitely get vitality experience from running around chasing them, and then of course attacking them with melee weapons. So that's pretty beneficial there too. Another thing worth noting, you get the hunting experience not just for shooting and killing them, but also for collecting. So you don't even have to collect any of their like mutton or their sheep skin or anything like that, although that is a good moneymaker because you can get a solid, I think, 200 to 300 mutton per load here, which only equates to about like maybe 50 gold, but at the beginning of the game, that's actually pretty good, especially when you consider that this is a regenerative money-making method, because the sheep will endlessly spawn. Like, they don't just disappear, which is unique for things in Skalitz, because even the herbs in Skalitz, once you pick them, they're gone for good. But as far as the farm animals in Skalitz, they do in fact respawn, so you don't have to worry about that. And then yeah, of course, obviously it's going to be easiest with the bow, but you can in fact do it with melee weapons as well. It's just a little bit more tricky. It gets a lot easier when you have a higher vitality, since it allows you to run faster and for a longer distance. But basically, and I usually go for the stabbing hits because the stab just happens a lot faster than a swing. But basically, you're just going to be running after them. You're going to wait until you get about here, and then you hit them with one of these guys, right? And you're going to get the one guy secluded, and you're going to kill him, and you're going to get your arrow, whatever. Even if you're not hunting with arrows, make sure you're just checking the corpse of every sheep, because all you have to do is check the corpse to get the hunting experience. You don't have to take anything from their inventory, you just have to check their inventory. Now, occasionally they start running off this way, but again, sheep are very easily manipulated. Oh, this guy just died. That's cool. So you can just chase him right back to where you want him. No problems. Oh, there we go. There's a strength level. Perfect. So yeah, obviously, if you want strength experience, you're going to want something like a long sword, an axe, or a mace. If you're looking for agility experience, you're going to want one of the fancier swords, like a hunting sword, saber, or a short sword. And then all the melee weapons should give you vitality experience. Oh yeah, obviously the bow is going to give you the agility experience as well. But yeah, there we go. Another axe level right there. Boom. Perfect. So anyway, that's the gist of how the sheep work, but I wanted to show you guys. So while I don't have a fully comprehensive list of every sheep herd location in the game. I'm sure there's plenty, but the two main locations that I think are the most useful in this game are going to be, of course, the one in Skalitz, because it allows you to get extremely powerful at the beginning of the game. The second location is going to be here, right outside of Rattay. Ironically, right next to the melee trainer here, but it's this field right here, and they haven't quite spawned in yet, so we're going to have to kind of force them to spawn in. You kind of usually just got to like go into the area, turn around, wait a couple seconds, and they should spawn in. There we go. There's some sheep. The rest will, there we go. The rest will spawn in eventually. There we go. There's generally nobody over here. There is technically some people that hang out over here. They very rarely hang out anywhere near this fence or anything, so you don't have to worry about these people too much. These people you definitely don't have to worry about because they're so far away. Captain, whatever the fuck his name is, Captain Bromeliad or whatever. What's his name? Bernard. Bromeliad. Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking Captain Bromeliad over here. He obviously can't see. He's facing the wrong way, and he's also really far away. I think you do occasionally get people that walk this way, but it's actually pretty rare. And I think for the most part, they can't really see you do this stuff either. But yeah, like I said, most of the sheep herd locations are so secluded that you can actually just have at it and kill them, and nobody will see you do it. Nobody will get mad. It is a crime to do it still, so don't get too carried away. Yeah, in this area, very, very easy to get away with it. So anyways, yeah, kill all the sheep, you get your experience, and then once they're all dead, if you want to get them to respawn, all you have to do is get far enough away and they should respawn. What I find is that for these guys, you gotta walk somewhere past here. I don't know, it's somewhere between here and that tree over here. So I usually just run to the tree, basically where Hans Capone parks his horse if the game is glitched. Just go there, turn around and come back, and the sheep should respawn. As you can see, the sheep disappeared. And now they're respawning here. We got one, there's a couple more, and they've all respawned. So yeah, very, very easy way to get experience, super effective. Strength experience, vitality experience, agility experience, hunting experience, and then of course every type of weapon experience, your warfare experience, all that stuff. And then of course, yeah, there's some money making, because just from the mutton alone, you kill a herd of sheep, you got about 50 bucks worth of mutton. And yeah, it's hard to beat that early game at least. When you're in Skalitz, that is. So that's probably gonna be your best money making in Skalitz. It's gonna be an endless money maker. It's gonna be an infinite money maker because the sheep will endlessly respawn and you can just keep on selling the sheep meat. Which, on that note, actually, one quick final thing to mention is that much like all poached game, the food is going to show up as stolen. It's not your sheep, it's not your mutton, but luckily it is really, really, really easy to solve that problem. All you got to do is head down to the hunter's area over here and cook that meat. And then you can sell the meat directly to him too, so that's pretty nice. Throw the mutton up on that bitch, and it should no longer be stolen. Wow, look at that, boom. 2 pennies each. That's 20 gold per 100 mutton. That's 10 gold per sheep you kill, essentially. I mean, that's with a pretty high hunting level, so it's gonna be more like, I don't know, 5 gold per sheep probably, but still, pretty damn good. It's about 50 gold per herd. But anyways, that is literally it. Make sure you're taking advantage of those sheep, because they are, in fact, one of the most overpowered training methods in this game. Of course, it's only really gonna apply for hunting and all of your, like, combat-related skills, like vitality, agility, and strength, and then of course your weapon skills, but those do also happen to be some of the most important skills in the game. So having an overpowered method for training your combat is actually very, very useful. It'll save you a couple hours with Captain Bornelius over here. With sheep, you don't have to try it all. You just run around killing them, and it works out pretty well. But anyways, yeah, that's it. That's enough rambling. I think you guys get the point. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful and all that. If you did, make sure to leave a like. I definitely enjoy that, find that useful. But anyways, that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.